Alrighty, everyone, we are back. 15 seconds on the clock to place our units. I'm going to begin by placing 2 Patriots at the first point here in this long string of points. Now, what these are going to do is they're going to help us defend the center column from enemy aircraft. So then I'm going to place a third back here to defend this location from enemy aircraft. You always have to pay our air attacks, so that is the first thing you're going to do every game. You'll also notice that we have another of aircraft. We've switched up. We've given them new munitions. Very nice. And we are going to be bringing in an F-35 to hopefully shoot down an IL-76 before it can hurt us this early on in the game. Very difficult. But it would appear to be dropping, and that is going to hurt. They're dropping right onto the center area, so we now are on the offensive, and that is going to be a very difficult start to this game. Highly unfortunate. Or Patriots were in position faster, that hopefully would not have happened, but they were not. You now see that there is yet another Russian aircraft, the IL-76.
Joint strike fighter, at your command, sir.
And we are also going to be targeting it. It appears to be stuck or something. Maybe the servers are down. I'm not sure. Regardless, we can finish off this aircraft right here as well, and that was very good.
Master arm on, engaging.
Alright, so it would appear that they were disconnected, which is highly unfortunate.
Panther here.
And yeah, both of their F-35s can now return to base, seeing as they are out of anti-air missiles. And it actually has a rear gun turret that attempted to use against their F-35 with little to no effect. Very nice.
What can I do for you? Radar activated.
And now what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be bringing up allied forces in the form of scout snipers, a tow team, and an IFAV M2. And what they're going to do is they're going to come in and are going to land here. We can now see that IL-76, while it is deploying countermeasures, is not going to be able to successfully survive the onslaught of missiles from the 2 Patriot batteries, which are very powerful when moved out, and we have a good number of missiles as well.
Cargo dropped.
This other Patriot we've deployed over here is now going to deploy as well. And then our MB-22 Osprey is a very fast unit, and that is going to allow it to deploy its units relatively quickly. That is definitely one of the nicer things about the MB-22 Osprey. One of the unfortunate things about the entire match as a whole is that we are now on the offensive against the enemy team. I do not like offensives, I like being able to dig in, so this is definitely going to sting pretty early on. And however, ensure that we are fully and nicely supplied up and down the front lines. We are going to bring supplies for it. You can also see that we have a number of teams available, which are going to be garrisoned in a building, which will give them a clear line of fire straight down this entire position. Weapon curing animations are not yet completed. That wasn't supposed to happen. It should be noted that the Patriot is not capable of shooting helicopters, so that is a large disadvantage.
Slow is smooth is fast.
That is definitely not helping out here against this Mi-28. luckily we did manage to drop our supplies there, so not all is lost, but that Mi-28 end is going to be very oppressive there, and keep any of our units from moving forward. Enemies do not spotted the Patriot, which is very nice. While the LAV-80 moves forward and will hopefully be able to kill it without it being aware of what shot at it. It was not a Patriot. Never the Patriot. Very nice. Avenge that Patriot. Mi-28NM is actually going to be larger and more expensive loss than the Patriot, so this was a good trade, although it did not have to be a trade. And this is highly unfortunate. But alas, it is one of the negatives from playing with the American deck, including the Patriot, is that it cannot shoot at anti-air or anti-helicopters against, it's only aircraft. It can also intercept ballistic missiles, which is something to note. But generally, ballistic missiles are not going to be able to help out too much here. I mean, ballistic missiles are a small nuisance. Being able to shoot helicopters and aircraft is much more important. And so now bringing in a Viper, we're going to test their anti-air.
Roger. Moving out.
We're also going to bring in an LAV-M, which is a mortar LAV.
Lab, awaiting order.
We're going to send our logistics vehicle back.
Defense here. We're combat
And our air
ready.
defense vehicle is now going to remain with our Patriot. That is something we learned we should have done last time. We can see that there is also a 4-post there. It's not being targeted by the Patriot because it is just out of range, and that is one of the things the Russians have, is those wonderful drones. Lots and lots of drones. Lots and lots of drones. Always when it gets to Russia. I'm not going to move anything too far forward, but the Patriot was able to take a shot and was able to shoot it down. That's going to be another 50 points traded. And what Viper's going to do is it's going to drop down, because you can see that there is in fact a Hornet there. And the Hornet is an anti-tank launcher.
Ready for combat.
So we know it's there, we're going to pick it up again, and we're going to search forward and see if we can take it out.
Target locked.
And if I'm correct, it's only an anti-tank launcher, so it shouldn't be too difficult. And again, we're able to take it out, and are now going to run all the way back and start taking fire from the buildings. I do not believe this to have been a worthwhile trade. Well, after seeing as we managed to escape, I do believe this to have been worthwhile.
Target 12 o'clock.
I did not think we were going to manage to escape that situation. So now what we're going to do is we're going to resupply here.
The higher they fly, the further they fall. Heading there.
There you
Armor
go.
transport
And also
reporting
going
in.
to deploy our man pads with our capability at helicopters, but will be most effective against enemy aircraft. And we can see cruise missiles are inbound, and those are going to sting. Those did not hurt nearly as much as I was expecting. That was very good. That could have been disastrous. We're going to bring in 2 M1A2 STEP V3s.
Got engine ready.
Very nice. And the Mi-8 MG5 is now being shot. I'm going to assume that it attempted to deploy hostile infantry. So what I am going to do is I am going to send a Venom to scout. Venom is a cheap unit. It is not as good as a drone. It cannot fly as fast, and it is not as cheap. But it can still scout things, and it should not be
Someone
underestimated.
call for a cab? AH-1 standing by. Viper awaiting mission.
You know, there is a command VDV truck which Venom will be able to take out and target. Very nice. You can also see that I believe there's an attack from the left. Was it over here?
Maximum power.
Yeah, in there. The bombs led to 2 characters from that Mi-18 nearby. Gatling gun here. Absolutely right into them. Pretty good damage, and also pretty good damage, but first.
Roger Wilco. Flight plan confirmed.
And we can see that they are being rooted here and forced to retreat, so this is good for us. There's not much we can do with this. Ooh, ouch! That must have been an anti-air launch. Not nice. That was not nice right there. We could have had them, but unfortunately we were taken out by an anti-air launcher. The IFAV, I think an infantry fighting assault vehicle, so that should allow us to put down some heavy support against anything which stands against us. And one thing that I have not been utilizing so far is the M142 HIMARS. It's capable of firing off 2 long-range ballistic missiles. You can see that the enemy is effectively using missiles from SE-25s and the Tu-160s, and this is something that should not be doubted. You cannot doubt their effectiveness here.
What are you waiting for? Drive!
What I am going to do is I'm going to implement F-35B, and I'm going to test out what I believe to be glide bombs. I'm not fully sure though. I'm not fully sure on their effect. I haven't actually been able to find an American glide bomb, which is rather upsetting actually.
Joint strike fighter at your
I mean, I love the Russian cruise missiles. The fact that the F-35s don't have one, very disappointing. And yeah, that was not a glide bomb. That was also very disappointing. But it does appear that they did a large amount of damage. So that is perfectly fine. And these tanks are currently under attack by a Hornet battery, so they're going to reverse, back it up.
AH-1 reporting in.
And we're going to have the mortar open fire on said Hornet battery once it is forward and in position.
Copy.
These trophies are under attack by an enemy helicopter. Not to be underestimated. It looks like they are about to come up against the United States Marines there, which are some of the most powerful infantry in the game. That is never to be forgotten. We can get down some supporting fire on that enemy building. And we implement some attack against the Hornet, although the Hornet does appear to have come under heavy fire. It is number 8 to investigate them, guarding the area from our helicopters. It looks like some of our units were killed though.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
What I'm going to do actually is I think I am going to airlift some supplies into the combat zone to support the current units currently in play, but also bringing in some tow teams. Just enough supplies to repair marine armaments. And some vehicles, because vehicles are nice. You can see that the Terminator was able to kill an allied US team, and I also do not want the IFAV to be coming up against it, so we are going to take shelter behind these houses.
Copy. Next waypoint received.
At this farm. Not quite an urban environment, but it's very nice. We're both between them, between us and the Terminator. The Terminator is a very powerful unit. It is currently coming up against allied tank support, which is very nice. And we're going to move this over into the forest. Hopefully see what exactly is over there while the Osprey deploys allied units and reinforces and repairs those tanks. One of which appears to be low on ammunition. Not really. The other one which mostly has some damaged optics. Optical damage. And we're going to move the Viper forward. It is fully repaired. And the LAV-80 will still remain back there. Still on the defensive. Still guarding the Patriot. And the Osprey is actually going to go and engage the Mi-2010 while the IFAV engages the TOS-1. suicidal. It appears there are a lot of enemy units over there. And this is a great opportunity for our HIMARS to strike that entire position.
Providing direct fire. Viper at your command.
A very nice rocket launcher. Highly detailed unit.
Artillery at your disposal, sir.
And what it's going to do is it's going to rain fire down upon it. I don't see any missile counter launches. And wow, that's a lot of damage.
Viper is combat ready.
Looks like the Viper's actually going to get to back up because there is in fact an Mi-28 NM, which does have anti-helicopter weaponry, while the LAV-80 is now forced to give up its guard position and move forward to defend the Viper.
Flight plan updated. New heading set. Lab standing by. Moving out. Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Roger Wilco. Flight plan confirmed. Reconnaissance. Ready for action. Target confirmed. We're engaging. We're engaging. Keep driving.
Another user has been disconnected. Looks like the server is failing. I don't know which side they're on. That is never a good thing. They once again bring in more supplies into the zone here, moving our tanks forward into a position where they can hopefully support our allies more.
Viper.
In the meantime, it would appear that
All weapons
our
ready.
anti-air was taken out, so we're actually going to move them back into a safe position, and we're going to have to bring in more anti-air units into this zone.
Copy. Relocating.
It should be known that we are currently low on ammunition,
Viper is combat
low
ready.
on HP. All of our units here are in some form of damage. And the Mi-28N is really, really hurting us here.
Viper awaiting mission.
But it looks like it has been shot down, which is good and absolutely critical in this game. So in the meantime, the Viper can now move forward. And I see two vulnerable BMP-2s. And so we're going to go and move over there and attack them.
Standing by. Armor moving out.
You can see that the Viper is under attack. And more shredded. There is an E-14 Armada there. And the Venom's going to be landing and dropping off its supplies. Is going to allow allied units to be able to restock and resupply.
Initiating attack. New flight plan received.
It is somewhat reasonable to assume that this flank is still occupied, but the Venom is going to make the enemy have to be cautious when deploying infantry. The Mi-28 NMs are still a problem, and we do not have anti-air missiles currently on the Vipers, which is highly important. The LAV-80 will hopefully be able to provide some defensive power, and then the Patriot PAC-2 is also going to be shooting at that T-160 up there. And so what we're going to be doing now is going to be moving the Patriot forward and deploying a... No, let's keep the Patriot right there. We're going to bring in some supplies for the Patriot, and then having another Patriot brought in up here, up front. And this Patriot does in fact require a resupply, as it currently does only have one missile remaining. I'm actually going to be bringing it over to the other side of this here position.
Armor
which could be helpful. With the majority of aircraft coming on the left, I'm actually going to leave it over here, because there is a hill and that may lock line of fire. I have to move that way.
Lab ready for combat.
And the LAV-80 here, very nice.
Warmed up and ready to go.
Let's hope that those Russian helicopters won't be able to hurt it so much. But with the M1A2s providing the wall here, I'm pretty sure we can just move straight forward and capture that next zone up ahead. But it would be useful to have some reconnaissance. Well, we do have a co team here. I'm also going to bring in an anti-air. Rocket launcher. And then 3 force recons are going to provide assistance. And I also noticed there are some launches over there in the forest. I'm going to be moving away from there as fast as possible while it's still possible. Then our tow team is moving forward in a moment we see this way. Then we're going to be moving into this next area up ahead and capturing it. Now we're going to bring the LAV-80 forward. We're also going to bring our allied LAV-80 forward if it is still alive. It is not. That is not a good thing. As our forward vehicles are now left undefended, and that is, as I said, never a good thing. The LAV-25A1 may help take this zone as it is not currently safe. That is currently not at all a safe zone. Now it's dropping down. Hopefully it's going to be close. Very nice. Down with these units in the safety of the building. But unfortunately the tanks were destroyed by the Mi-28M during the response. I'm going to come to bring in an AV-18 night attack now.
Changing course.
I don't currently know what this does. Try it out. Not just like tell it to attack the PD UM2 draws. Is that what it's called? Or the BMP term?
Roger, flying there.
I'm currently unaware of how to get it to work. That's it. I would have been an enemy has made an armored build. What can solve this problem but a wonderful HIMARS?
Anti-aircraft here. At your command. Lab standing by.
With the LAV-25A1s moving forward and the LAV-80 moving back, it's going to be difficult, but really doable to stay alive in this hard time. And I can't see that there are in fact enemy paratroopers there. It is really a shame because we're halfway through the city and we appear to be collapsing. I would assume some of our teammates have left. See that right now?
Force recon standing by.
But, this is rather
Shock and awe.
you know, we have apparently lost that entire zone.
Logistics ready.
What is the first thing we're going to do in this specific match? Hopefully grab an LAV-AD here soon. And with the HIMARS
MLRS ready.
having arrived here, we can most likely put down some heavy artillery fire on the area.
With direct fire.
I'm just gonna melt that area with both rockets and hope that it works. Although it may or may not.
Artillery
There's
mission
going
is
to go
over.
back to base.
Return to base.
All the HIMARS makes this entire area pay. I don't know how many kills we've got in there and no recon. But we can see that we do in fact have an S-200. both of which fired too late to intercept the HIMARS, which is
Fast
very
landing
nice.
assistance. What can I do for you? Rocket artillery ready, sir.
And as the HIMARS and LAVL go back to base,
Transport. Standing by.
this M1283 AMPV here is going to be holding out in this final zone. As we currently only have 2 out of 3 areas, it would be prudent to retake the center zone. We now can bring in fact, an LAV-AD. Another person was disconnected.
Pedal to the metal.
Okay, unfortunate.
Air defense at your disposal, sir. Personal carrier here. Radar turned
We
on.
can see that there are in fact a large number of vehicles inbound on this position. Which don't forget, we do not like. We do not like that there are enemy vehicles here. And we will be fine. We just don't have the anti-tank ability to deal with these vehicles. And however, bring one of our launchers over around to the side here. Hopefully they can make better use of these clean firing lines. Though they do have 7 out of 8 rockets remaining, which means it looks like they have already killed something, which makes it not the greatest to move them from their current position. And we can see that there are a number of inbound tanks. We can also see that there's another IL-76M inbound.
Proceeding as frag.
MD. So we're going to attack it with those 2 AMRAAMs and commence a bombing run. We're slightly over where we assume those tanks will be.
Commencing attack.
The F-35 is also going to take shots at the IL-76 while deploying the payload before returning back to base.
Hard deck level. Time to bug out. AH-1
With our
standing
Viper
by.
currently on patrol over here.
Staying low.
Not currently spotting anything, but there is a Kurganet, so there's an armored transport over there.
Anti-aircraft here. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Viper here. Anti-aircraft standing by. Looking forward to going
And I just
home.
remembered I do have this tape read here. It is currently supporting our teammates over here.
Roger. We're Oscar
It is
Mike.
currently long-range anti-air over there. We also going to bring in a HIMARS, because there is a large amount of supply. Not firing from the zone neutral.
Artillery moving out.
And our allies are firing off their HIMARS here. What we're going to do is we're going to move into the Viper, once again, towards those tanks we can see over
We
there.
got a clear shot.
Not too close so as to be within gun range.
Engaging.
We are going to be within the weapons flying range of many of our missiles. It should come out to around 1,800 meters or so.
Tally target. Engaging.
board. So that MA-535M most likely going to destroy the Viper. That was a very nice attack run.
Rocket artillery standing by.
It was in fact a very key. You can also see, however, that we do have enemy forces moving in towards our rear zone.
Your command. We unleash
Towards our rear mouse zone here, not once again going to let it fall into enemy hands. While it is tempting to bring out more tanks, that just 1 second. While it is tempting to bring in the tanks, it is not currently adhered to my strategies. I'm going to be using the LAV ATMs here. Very nice tanks. Very nice
your next waypoint.
LAV type vehicles, I guess. The LAVMs might also be decent in the current position, especially dealing with that infantry. But to deal with infantry is often good to bring in more infantry. They're going to bring in LAV riflemen in Bradleys. And the Bradleys are a very nice vehicle, very capable, and very versatile as well.
Moving out. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Anti-tank here. We stop right there. Mortar available, sir.
But the LAV ATM is going to want to reduce its speed as to knock it out in front of vehicles. Don't forget, it is a fire support unit and it does not have the armor to take it.
Fire coordinates received. Proceeding to the next base of fire.
And while it does look like we have maintained this area,
Here.
12 minutes to capture the center area, which is going to be a deciding factor.
Troop transport reporting
And
in.
unfortunately, it would also appear that our Patriot is dead, but their large T-160 was destroyed rather quickly, which is a good sign here that we are taking back the field. And that was just a push in place. A very effective push, but still just one push, which is one of the reasons why you should never put all of your units into one attack. This allows the enemy team to focus them down, and drastically reduce the effectiveness of your allied team. So you do have that MI-28N there, which has been a pain in the butt this entire game.
Who needs support?
The LAVM is going to come in here and it's going to provide fire support against that M. Well, that might cause friendly fire. We are, however, under attack by rocket artillery here, so we are going to provide bombardment against those areas as well. Here's our allied teammates have managed to handle the enemy tanks, which allows the Bradleys to move forward. And the Bradleys have this excellent feature where not only do they have a very effective rocket launcher, anti-tank O2 missile, I believe,
Personal carrier ready.
they also have a Bushmaster autocannon, which allows them to be protected against helicopters and even turns attack against them.
Map landing assisted.
It should be noted that these Bradleys are not equipped with an active protection system, as we do not have enough points for that in our deck.
Lab here. Go ahead. Armored transport reporting in. All asses dismount. Roger. Moving out. Troop transport standing by.
What we're now going to do is we're now going to send our infantry across the forest to hopefully take out the TOS-1A. The LAV-80 is still alive, but the LAV-M would be very useful here, which we do not currently have.
Artillery
We
on.
do, however, currently have a Patriot missile battery
Radar turned on.
and a HIMARS, which is not currently ready to shoot.
On the move.
You should move it away from those supplies so that it does not get taken out along with the supplies.
Artillery relocating.
Fit for fight, sir.
Personal carrier here. Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
Infantry at your orders. Infantry here, standing by. Look alive!
So what these mechanized riflemen are going to do is they're going to be in the field in a forest while they sneak up on the TOS-1A Swincer pack, which is their artillery unit. They do have 84 anti-vehicle rocket launchers. What would have been if the LAV-80 was taken out by the P-90A, you do not have to sit there and take it, as we do have the launchers, anti-tank
Moving
weapons.
out. Engaging hostiles. Copy. Relocating.
But so we know that these Radleys do not have the armor to stand up to those enemy rocket launchers. Unfortunately, they're also not currently shooting on this.
Target acquired. Engaging.
So we're going to be smoked and back out of this one. That was very poor performance. We do have more allied tanks coming in. So we can try again here. They may just be within their minimum range. But that was, I think, the poor performance.
Moving in next waypoint. Enemy spotted.
We can see that we do in fact have allied tanks. TOS-1A Murricano is also, Swincer pack or whatever it's called, is still hurting our units. And what we're going to do to deal with that tank swarm is we are going to bring in not one but two Vipers.
Landscape designers
And then we are going to level this forest with the HIMARS rocket launcher. The mechanized rifle appear to be engaged with enemy vehicles, including that Terminator. So what we want to do is run away and get out.
Squad, move out!
They should not be attempting to fight that Terminator at close quarters.
Get you here, we're moving out! All hands! Infantry, good to go! Rock up, we're moving!
The Viper is in the air. Viper ready for combat. AH-1 reporting in.
Infantry, ready for action!
Inbound. Airstrike is go for effect.
Ready for action!
But again, the Terminator comes in and stops us.
They won't see me coming.
Now, soldiers that were unable to launch an attack, we will be using our F-35Bs here
Flight plan update.
to rain fire on that zone instead. Looks like our allies have finally killed the TOS-1.
Going for a fag. Solid copy. Air support
One
mission
of our
inbound.
vehicles was destroyed over here. It would appear that you have a form of anti-aircraft there. It would also appear that we are now capable of bringing in an American seat into the zone to hope we get that victory.
Driver, move out!
We are currently ahead with 3 areas, and have currently captured an area on their side of the field, but this excellent flanking weapon is going to prevent them from sending in reinforcements. Also, we supported my team with allied vehicles that can be dropped in, and supplies. So what this is going to do is it's going to drop supplies for my teammates to repair and carry on an extended operation.
Hercules copies 555. We'll go.
Mortar ready, sir.
Moving.
Now, as you can see, that operation was successful, and the KC-130A now will attempt to return. And by telling it to drop down, its speed is reduced, but it is also made nearly immune from enemy anti-aircraft as well. We can see that there is in fact an enemy air vehicle there, but we did manage to drop our supplies, and as such, the mission was successful, as its goal was to relieve allied teammates.
Pedal to the metal.
With 2 minutes left on the clock, we just have to manage to hold both guns.
Send coordinates.
And we are going to be a little bit aggressive here by moving our allied units forward, and by pushing into this last, or second to last zone here, center of the map, the Ghost Fire zone.
Move out!
But we can see that they do have a lot of what appears to be exposed anti-air.
Mortar ready to fire.
We can also commence an allied assisting bombardment
Roger.
with our
Mission received.
mortar. And we do have incoming tanks as well that are going to push into this zone. And that flank attack will really get the pressure off of this front, and that the enemy will be attempting to take back that rearmost area.
Mortar ready to engage, sir. Heavy cab in combat.
We really need to be doing this. We really need to be putting this last zone here for another 20 seconds. And then it would appear that we are losing in the last few seconds. This is highly important.
Air defense standing by.
I'm very excited to see this, but you win one, you win some, you lose some. We've had a very good day. And it should be noted that I will be back here later tonight. Was that a winner? That was a draw. Very nice. Not quite lose. Very nice. That was a very good game. Well, that will end our day today. and I'll be back here at 9 p.m. to not quite so end our afternoon this game. Goodbye, everyone.